Psst. Hey, babe. Wake up. It's Payday time, baby! A game series that I would say close to perfected the co-op heist game. A game where you can blow away more cops than a 42-year-old hooker and still feel like fucking Robert De Niro. When I say these things about Payday, your mind automatically goes to Payday 2. But what if I told you almost a year and a half ago they made another game? Payday 3. Would you believe it? Now, I actually bought Payday 3 on launch, and the game was shit. At the time, I figured there wasn't really much to make a video on. There's nothing I could say that 1,000 people hadn't already said, so I left it to rot after playing one heist. But after spending the last week sweating my youth away on Payday 2, I keep thinking, what about that £35 I won't see again? And seeing as it's now 40 updates down the line, I want to know if they've fixed this thing. I mean, how bad can a game about killing people, robbing banks, and using a paper mache drill really be?
It's Payday 3!
Alright, listen here, smart guy. First, I want to talk about the shooting, the staple of the Payday series, because this time around, it feels completely different. The enemies are way spongier. Every fucker I'm shooting is going to be producing a platinum-selling record when they get out of here. Good God, do they take some fucking damage. Maybe some people actually enjoy this kind of shooting, as Payday 2 was essentially popping helmets down corridors like a madman. You do get the occasional moment where those balls are tingling and bitches are dropping. Fuck yeah, baby, look at this! But for the most part, we're robbing banks with Nerf guns. No amount of attachments are going to fix that, and I'm not a big fan. The special enemies in this game are a different fucking story. Cloaks have always been an issue for me. A special unit who pulls out karate moves when you get too close. You prick. But mate, they took this one so far. That sound effect plays in my fucking sleep. At least in the last game they would give you a second, maybe shoot you a bit, give you some time to react, before immediately jumping into a suicidal diving kick. I get their role in the game, but this could be tried for war crimes. I'm over here getting dick like Bonnie Blue trying to handle that sound effect. Why in a heist game about robbing banks and killing cops, the biggest problem I run into every match is there are 1,000 trash-talking special ops dudes breakdancing on my fucking body. They did add a few new units, but the only one worth a mention is the drone guy, because now I know what modern warfare is finally like. I'm always losing health from some random goddamn direction. Who dealing with swarms of armed men is looking out for that little fucking window just pecking away at me? None of the other ones are worth mentioning, and none of them make me want to break my desk quite as much as these pair. I'm gonna throw in another reason Starbreeze should be on trial. It's the throw bag button. Simple thing, really. It's been G on the keyboard for the last 10 years. Somebody clearly woke up in that office one day and said, fuck these people buying our games, and replaced the throw bag button with the grenade button. This is in every other heist thing. Oh, for fuck's sake, man. I'm done. I'm getting the fuck
having a bad time, dude.
Gun selection isn't really much to be excited for. Half of these guns would have just been passed off as sidearms in the last game. But deep down, I'm crushed they ruined my LMGs. There was nothing more tank than clearing a street with a barely accurate aim. Now the things play like any other assault rifles. But then again, we're almost a year and a half into the game, and they've pretty much just been added. You'd think having the capability to put in this amount of guns in the last game, you might even see it as a standard for the next game. No. It's not. Fuck you. Now I'm stuck deciding which one of the 6 guns I want to main, and whether or not they packed all the fucking fun in the overpriced DLC weapons. Customizing the guns I would say is pretty similar, but instead there's a gun leveling system, instead of doing a challenge to unlock the item. This is down to preference, but from my standpoint, utter woke nonsense. There was 1,328 achievements in the last game, most of them unlocking a feature for your guns or some kind of customization. An achievement hunting loser like myself loves this shit, okay? This is how I feed my lack of achievement, fellas. Stay with me here. Going for these fucking things gave you a reason to play certain heists, use certain loadouts, and play in certain ways. It's one of the few things that have kept pulling me back to this game since I bought it on release. Payday 3 has 22 achievements. If there's anything to show the fucking scale between the content in these games, it's probably that. Where's my achievements? They've replaced the armor system in this game, moving with modern times, and trying to rip off Warzone as much as they possibly could. Fuck it, throwing those knee slides everyone's been gagging for. Now this is something that I fucking despise. There is better armor in the game that just requires less plates, but on the poo end of things, you're gonna be popping these fuckers in like M&Ms. I feel like I'm leaving the fight to rejuvenate every other minute. You could say this just adds another layer of difficulty, and I'm just being a massive bitch. I hear you. None anymore! Half the way I play this fucking game is just figuring out which corner I can evacuate to after a full-on massacre. You're just forcing me to time out after every other kill, and then feel the guilt take over me as I've noticed I've stolen all the bloody plates again. The skills are honestly so fucking boring, there isn't really much point talking about them. I'm gonna imagine they will fix this at some point, as it's really just drier than day old dog shit at this point. If you went down the right skill tree in Payday 2, you really felt it. Every perk selected made a small difference to your gameplay. I can't find one goddamn perk yet to make me feel anything. What do they do? What do they do? But I want to steer away from the gameplay for a second, because bro, I have been through fucking hell and back on these menus. The loading times into each match are so much longer than the last game. Creating and setting up classes, a fucking chore. Why would you make it so you can buy a weapon and then it still shows for sale? I have a goldfish brain. The amount of times I've bought 2 to 3 of the same gun. Yes, I'm retarded. I'm not going to argue, but this is not a mechanic that makes sense. Then every now and then it reminds me, you have no fucking friends by putting you in a party. What's the big deal, right? I'm not even the host. There's no one in it, so I just can't do anything. The boys at Starbreeze really pulled this one off. Now the player count on Payday 3 these days, pretty fucking low. I think Payday 2 is sat between 30 to 40k on a regular, where 3 is around... I'm not even going to shame these fellas by saying that out loud. I don't know if it's because of the small player base, but every game I'm in is either hosted from a fucking local McDonald's.
You again? Nah, not this time, love.
Or from New Zealand. Get used to seeing this thing on the screen, because it will be in the corner of nearly every other clip. But for the people that didn't want to play the online, they did add a single player. Oh wait, no, it's in beta. How the fuck do you make a single player beta? But hey dad, when the internet's down, we can still heist, boys. Right, Starbreeze? Starbreeze? If you really want to know how far behind this game is, they've only just made it so the AI can revive each other. 2024 they figured this out. How many more times have I got to remind you, you made a good game? Now when you do get down to finally picking a heist, originally when the game released, you had a whopping 8 heists to choose from. Not great considering the last game had 84, but it's alright, it's 10 years old. They did add more, three more. Oh my bad, they're from the last game. The thing that makes it that little bit worse, there's no multi-day heists. They were basically bordering on fucking special ops missions. They did add 4 more heists behind a DLC that are all brand new. Get this, at launch, each one of these DLCs, I'm talking each individual heist, costs $10 on release. The equivalent of an undead nightmare for a heist, 1 gun, and a few skins. You're thinking, you know, I'll pick up the better version. You mean the year 1 version that only gives you all the shit released for the first fucking year? I don't even know if there'll be another year. Are they doing another one? But I hate to be the man to say it. They should be free. You did not bring out enough heists to warrant a $50 release for the regular version. Starbreeze might as well be flipping crypto coins to their fans at this point. But man, the value, regardless of how good the game is fucking long gone. I'd happily review each one of these DLCs, but boys,
I'm not paying these animals. Fucking insanity.
I might as well just gamble it away like a real fucking man. Right as I'm editing this video, they are announcing a few new things. This Don't Be a Hero minigame. Just Hotline Miami, but worse. Where are the heists, bro? What the fuck are you doing? How do you tell a company just to put 10 new fucking maps in without sounding like a prick? I don't think it's possible. But you just didn't put enough maps. There is not enough map. And I get it, okay? Payday 2 is a much older game. He'd be in school by now. Well, you should at least be walking, you little prick. Even if this game and all the DLC had a 75% sale, I still think the value's not quite there for a game with no fucking missions. But when we do get down to each one of these heists, they are pretty good. I quite like the painting one, bank ones aren't too bad, but none of them really stick out. It's what you'd expect from a Payday, but you would expect more of them. In the last game, they really went above and beyond with all these different scenarios and all these different situations, and we are just left now with the banks and an art gallery. And bringing some prick through traffic. I don't even know what this one is. I played it like 9 times. Stealth is another big section of Payday that I normally get quite bored with. For me, it would just end up with you sitting by a drill for 4 minutes while your teammates are running around finding shit to do. But really, how can you actually call this stealth?
Guard over there.
Yeah, no shit. I mean, for some reason in this game, they took their fucking stealth advice from Todd Howard.
All of this just...
No, Todd! Fuck off! The amount of moments I could show you of low incest IQ, unbelievable.
Got a guard over there.
And then when you do get caught, they just walk you out! Alright, let's go.
Stay out of restricted areas, okay?
And that's the stealth, everybody. 4, 5 times, they give you every chance possible. I'll tell you who doesn't give you a chance, though. The 50 people still playing this game. Yes, as I said, I'm dog shit, but no one's willing to let me glisten, boys. Please. The soundtrack in this is way tamer than last time. It was the closest thing 15-year-old me could get to a rave. Just full of sugar, bouncing off walls, killing cops. Now I believe I could do a line of cocaine before doing one of these heists, and I'll still be fucking numb. I might as well be doing my taxes to this. One minute I was in Scarface's house, taking on thousands of cops. Another I'm speeding down the road collecting goats. Then boom, I'm Quentin Tarantino and I'm about to lick some oil off Selma Hayek's feet. Back to Payday 3, where my biggest excitement is which knitted sweater to pull off next. The game is just empty. Little to do, little to strive towards, and nothing to gain other than severe ball ache. Nearly a third of the maps are reused, the gun combinations are minimal, heists aren't nearly as rewarding, and it pisses me off because this game could have been something special. This is just Payday 2 with 80% of the features removed and a price hike cash grab Ubisoft would be fucking jealous of. They say they're going to add more over the coming year, but with the little they've released, don't buy this thing. There is no replayability. Buy Payday 2.
Oh, I see you.
I killed the fucking
Oh,
bloker.
wow.